Imagine if we could fight cancer, not with a flood of chemo, but with a tiny, targeted smart bomb that only goes after tumor cells. Well, that's not science fiction anymore. We're talking about a class of drugs that's on the verge of a massive revolution, and it's all thanks to a powerful new co-pilot, artificial intelligence.
So, this weapon is called an antibody-drug conjugate, or ADC for short. And you should think of it exactly like a smart bomb. It's got a guidance system, that's the antibody, and its whole job is to hunt down a specific target that's only found on cancer cells. Then it's got a warhead, a really potent drug payload, and it's all held together by a fuse, which is a chemical linker that's designed to go off only when it's inside the tumor.
And this isn't just some lab experiment, you know? This tech is already out there saving lives. We've got more than 18 of these ADCs already in clinical use, treating everything from breast cancer to lung cancer to lymphoma. But, and this is a big but, building the perfect one is incredibly difficult. And that brings us to what researchers call the tripartite challenge. It's this super delicate balancing act between the three parts of the ADC. The tricky part is, making one part better often makes another part worse. So here's the deal. That antibody guidance system, it has to be laser focused on the tumor. That linker fuse, it needs to be rock solid while it's traveling through your bloodstream. But then it has to break apart super easily once it's inside the cancer cell. And the payload, the warhead, it has to be powerful enough to obliterate the tumor, but not so toxic that it causes a ton of collateral damage. Trying to get all three of those things perfect at the same time, well, that's been a huge, huge bottleneck for years.
For decades, making these drugs has been all about slow, expensive, and frankly, frustrating trial and error. So many promising ideas just didn't make it through testing. But now, there's a new way emerging, one that's fast, efficient, and powered by prediction.
And this, right here, is where our high-tech co-pilot comes into the picture. Artificial intelligence is joining the quest, giving us a way to navigate the crazy complexity of that tripartite challenge. This quote really just nails the whole shift. Instead of that old, slow, one-way street of just screening molecule after molecule, AI lets us get into this rapid, iterative loop. You design with AI, you build the best ideas, you test them, and then boom, the results feed right back to the AI, which learns and designs something even better for the next round.
So how does this actually play out in the lab? Let's dive in and see how AI is basically acting as a co-pilot at every single critical stage, making the whole process smarter, safer, and way, way faster.
All right, first up, Mission 1. Before you can even think about building a guidance system, you have to know what you're aiming at. So how does AI find that perfect bullseye on a cancer cell?
See, AI doesn't just look for any target on a tumor. It digs through these massive biological datasets to find targets that are truly unique to that tumor. It uses these really advanced models to understand not just if a target is there, but if it'll do what we need it to do. Like, will it actually grab the ADC and pull it inside the cell? That's a huge leap forward.
Okay, target acquired. Now for mission 2, engineering the ultimate guidance system. How does AI help design the actual antibody?
This is so cool. AI tackles 3 huge problems here. First, tools like AlphaFold 2 can predict the antibody's 3D shape with just mind-blowing accuracy. Second, the AI can suggest tiny little tweaks to make the antibody stickier, so it binds better to the cancer cell. And third, and this is a big one, it can predict which parts of the drug might alert the patient's immune system and helps redesign it to be stealthy and safer. We've got our target, we've got the guidance system. Time for Mission 3. How does AI help design the best possible warhead and the most reliable fuse? Okay, this is where AI gets really creative. These generative models can actually invent completely new drug payloads from scratch. But the real magic is in that balancing act we talked about. AI can run millions of simulations to find that perfect Goldilocks linker, one that holds on tight in the bloodstream but lets go at the perfect moment inside the tumor. It's all about finding that optimal sweet spot between killing the cancer and keeping the patient safe. We have designed our smart bomb. It looks perfect on paper. But before it gets anywhere near a person, we have to run the final check. Mission 4. How does AI predict if this whole thing is actually going to be safe? You know, trying to predict how a super complex molecule like an ADC is going to behave in the human body, what scientists call its ADMET profile, is one of the biggest challenges in all of drug development. If you get this wrong, you could have some really serious safety problems down the line. So AI comes at this problem from all angles. It uses deep learning to predict how the drug will move through the body. It uses other advanced models to not only forecast if it might be toxic, but to actually explain why. And get this, it even uses language models to read through millions of clinical records to find safety clues from similar drugs that have been used in real patients. It's like having a crystal ball.
So, AI has helped us design a smarter, safer drug in the lab. Fantastic. But its job isn't over. The next phase is moving from the lab to the patient, and now AI is starting to completely personalize the clinical trial process itself.
If you think about it, traditional clinical trials are pretty rigid. You select patients based on maybe one simple biomarker, the rules of the trial are set in stone, and pretty much everyone gets the same dose. AI is totally flipping that script. It helps find patients based on really complex patterns, allows trials to adapt as new data comes in, and is pushing us toward truly personalized dosing.
And this is how. I mean, AI can create a digital twin of a patient. Think about that. It takes all of their unique biological data to simulate how they'll respond to a drug before they even get the first dose. This just opens the door to tailoring the dose for every single individual, maximizing the good stuff and minimizing the bad.
All of this is leading to an absolutely incredible vision for the future of making medicines. We're moving beyond just using AI for prediction and into the realm of full-blown automation. Now look, we're not totally there yet. There are still some big hurdles, like getting enough high-quality data and making sure that AI algorithms aren't just black boxes. But the path forward is becoming really clear. We need to build global open data resources, create AI we can actually understand, and then plug it all directly into automated lab equipment. And that, right there, is the ultimate goal. Just imagine it, automated self-driving labs. An AI designs a new drug, a robot makes it and tests it, and the data immediately feeds back into the AI in this nonstop, virtuous cycle. We're talking about compressing years of research into just a matter of weeks. It's a total game changer. So I'll just leave you with this thought. We started out talking about a smart bomb for cancer, but the real promise of this whole AI-driven revolution is speed and personalization. So what if your cancer therapy could be designed from scratch, just for you, in days, not decades? That's the future AI is helping us build right now.